And then, of course, the Watts case happened and magic, you know.
Hey, it's me again. Birds of a feather flock together. What else can I say? Magic? No. No, the Watts case wasn't magic. It wasn't magic for the Rzuceks. It wasn't magic for Shanann. It wasn't magic for Cece, Bella or Nico, was it? No. But it was magic for people that make money on it. Opportunists that seem to be in the right place at the right time. So, I want to just introduce you to something that I see Alan as, and that is a Del Boy. Now, if you're from Britain, England, UK, you name it, you'll know what a Del Boy is. It's a program called Only Fools and Horses, and the man in it is called Del Boy, basically, and he's a scammer, and he does his best to try and make himself a millionaire. He sells faulty goods. He's a fake ass, really. He's a scammer. And that's kind of basically what I see Vinnicome as. Somebody who's tried to do things through their life but failed miserably. He's tried the businesses, but because he's a scammer, he hasn't actually filed tax returns and kind of failed there.
My dream starts the way every success starts. But a great big rip-off.
He went on to Restaurant Inspector, which I'll play in a minute. And as you see, didn't do very well on that neither. But the man doesn't really care whether he gets famous through something really good, which would be pretty nice if he did. You know, those people that gain notoriety, gain a status, gain something in their life, and gain their celebrity from doing good. But narcissists don't care. Narcissists will gain from good or bad. And at the moment, Alan Vinnicome, Mr. Del Boy, you're gaining from the bad.
And this week takes him to the West Country.
The place is called Nook and Harbour. I hate the name already. My partner and I were very disappointed when we visited your establishment. This is like an open letter of complaint.
An iconic pier and the Nook and Harbour, run by Alan Vinnicome. The former professional poker player took over the lease 6 months ago and persuaded his son, Luke, to join him.
Depressing. You don't give a hoot about your customers. Right now, serving them this, well, of course, you're serving them crap food. You're actually having a laugh. It's really not funny that you're taking people's money and you're having a laugh in the kitchen that nothing's homemade and that they don't realise it and that they actually thought it might be. Do you realise what that implies? How would you feel if you guys were on holiday and these people were taking the piss out of you?
So, you try a lot of stuff, don't you? You've tried the escort agency. Yeah, you tried that. That didn't work, but you lied about that. So I'll be playing a clip in a minute of that.
What a 42-carat plonker you really are!
Apparently, I run an escort agency for prostitutes and I take a cut, apparently. So, I just say, yeah, I did, yeah. But I didn't, unfortunately.
Why you always lying? Oh my God. Stop it.
If I was a pimp, I'd own up to it. I wouldn't be ashamed of it. I'd just say, yeah, I did, yeah.
Well, what a plonker.
You've kind of lied about most things, if not everything in your life. And you've come across something now that, you see, you started the crime channel quite a while ago and you were obviously kicked off the Maddie McCann forums because of the way you were, the fact that you were coming out with some really weird things and you were a little bit perverse in your own Vinnicome way. Then, jackpot magic, as Save Robbie said, you finally hit the jackpot, haven't you? Yeah, this is what you've done. You hung around long enough, you tried your scams for long enough, and suddenly, wow, magic! Now the Rzuceks aren't benefiting from this, are they? No. And you come across as you're helping the Rzuceks. Well, if people research, people will see that you aren't helping the Rzuceks. People will see that the Rzuceks want you to stop. People will see that the Rzuceks are unhappy with the way they've been treated by you, and you keep going on about how you're helping the Rzuceks. No, because if you were helping the Rzuceks, you would have stopped. You're scamming. and your shit shows and your circus. So you've tried most everything, but yeah, when the what's case happened, wow, amazing. So you repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat stuff over and over and over again for money. See, I've had experience with narcissists, and I can spot one a mile away. That was dust, by the way. It wasn't an orb. Oops, note to Val, clean the house. See, narcissists will use synonymous words that are ambiguous, words that are very similar. So, you know, you tackle someone like Alan about his escort agency, and he'll start talking about, I'm not a pimp.
If I was a pimp, I'd own up to it. I wouldn't be ashamed of it.
I don't do pimping, I'm not a pimp. Now, a pimp and an escort agency are very similar, but you see how he's twisted it to use the word pimp. No, Alan, maybe you aren't a pimp, but you did run an escort agency. Synonymous, that's the word. Synonymous words are so close together, and they kind of like are the same thing, but they're not. So what Alan does here is he talks about being a pimp when he's not a pimp. But no, he's not a pimp, is he? No, but he uses that to get away with it and to say I'm not. So that's his kind of like sidetracking the actual real point. The real point is you're an escort agency, but by saying I'm a pimp, then you kind of get yourself out of it. But you are an escort, or you were an escort agency. So stop denying stuff, stop lying about it. You know, I don't give a shit, Alan, what you did in the past. I don't care. You obviously do, because you're ashamed of it. I don't really care, because if anything I've done that's bad, I'll own up to it. But you don't seem to want to own up to anything, so you lie. Do you know what? It's the lying. It's the lying part that is actually pissing us all off. I don't care what you do in your past time. I don't care what you did in a past job necessarily. It's the fact that you're lying and you're portraying yourself as somebody that you're not. You're trying to come across as somebody who is pretty, you know, important and has got high status. No.
So I was doing some research to see what there is on the net. It got spotted by an eagle-eyed, I don't know, somebody got it, and it crucified me on the net with it. Oh, you pervert and all that stuff. Yeah, you thought it was the end of the world because I was doing some research on this. Obviously, I wasn't excited by it. I mean, I was live, so I'm not actually watching it, am I?
Alan, we don't care about what you do on your lonely nights at home in front of the computer. We don't care that you may decide to start searching some kind of incestual porn. But what we don't like is the fact that you treat us stupid and you come up with all these lies and insult our intelligence, for starters. This lie is nothing compared to the rest that you've done. But it's just the fact is we'd respect you as a human. If you would actually come forth and say, do you know what, okay, throw your hands up, I did, okay, whatever, so what, I'm human. But then to kind of fake a huge big story saying that it was to do with making a documentary on porn crime, which has never appeared. They're the kind of things that make us not trust you. The fact that you lie about so many things. And even when you do maybe say something truthful, we still don't believe you because you're crying wolf. Try and be a little bit more respectable. Don't lie. You could be a better person.
Suicide bomber killed 22 people, including 7 children, and injured 100 others. So, teddy bears were the symbol of that tragedy. A mother whose son was killed by this bomb going off, with the nails and the bolts and the stuff. I won't tell you this woman's name. She's a mother of a young man that was killed by this bomb, murdered by this bomb. She made her teddy bear out of steel, out of the things that this man would use to kill those children, the ones that were in his body, the heart in his hand, to signify hope. True story. True story. True story. True story. True story. One troll tonight said, I'm waiting inside your house. I'm going to kill you and put you in a body bag. And I've taken the picture and I've sent it off. They might be just nice old ladies thinking they're running me down. They're inciting people to murder. Alpine Stroll, I know where you live.
See, we know that was fake. We all know that was fake, Alan. We know that you wrote that yourself. Alpine Stroll was a horse that you actually watched that afternoon in a horse race. So you decided to actually write a threat to yourself and kind of implicate Frankie Jr. into it, or implicate the trolls. You would implicate everybody else, but the fact that you should never have done that in the first place. Why? See, these are the things that we see that no one else does. These are the things that we research, we look into. We've got critical thinking, we see them, but no one else does. Which I can't understand why people, knowing that you've lied about your own death threat, or you've lied about the fact that, you know, you were so upset about the Manchester bombing, but you hadn't actually even got that story because it wasn't even a story, it was fake, it was made up. People don't understand who you are, really, but we do. And that's why I make these videos, because you are a scammer. You scam, you create narratives, you lie. Again, making death threats against yourself. That's desperate. That's really disappointing and desperate.
And who's supporting them? A public figure, Junior. Junior's supporting these people to do this stuff. They're trying to get me killed.
Don't fake a text threatening your life, saying that they're going to wait outside your house with a body bag. You wrote that yourself. We all know that. But it's these kind of things that, you know, when you're trying to defame other people, you're trying to put the blame on other people. You did that, and then you hinted that it was to do with Frankie Jr. You can't do that. That is disgusting. That's defamation of character. And that is you, basically. You're manipulating people's minds to think that these people that are good people are actually bad people. You're just lying about people and making them out to be bad when actually you're the bad one. You know, it's probably illegal to do what you did. You know, when all these things come together at the end, there will be an end. One day there will be an end. You know, these things are going to come out. The fact that you're faking your own death threats. It's pathetic. You're lying about all sorts of things to get money from people. It's just disgusting.
Junior's supporting these people to do this stuff. It's not a game. I want the truth. I want a proper statement that it's is who it says it is. Because if it is, I'm going to start talking about it, and I'm going to release everything I know, and you won't like it.
Things go better with Coke. Don't they? Coke, yeah? I know all about Coke. And who takes it and who doesn't. Who wants it and who doesn't. And who should be on social media and who shouldn't.
course, the ponytail looks higher than it really is because of the piculation. I'm afraid that picture there.
There's the fucking.
Wow. I know who that is. Oh, face, chin, hairline. Look at that hairline. Here, look. Look at the hairline. Face,
there.
nose,
He says,
high forehead, hairline.
He says
ponytail.
That's Nicole Kessinger. He says you can see the eyes, the ponytail on the mouth.
Where she carries a handbag. I'm not saying it's this lady. I'm saying it's a lady. This is for modelling purposes only.
Oh, God, it just gets worse. Now, you've tried implicating, again, someone else, which is Nicole Kessinger. Now, we all obviously know who Nicole Kessinger is. If you don't, well, that's okay. You know, and yes, she wasn't a good person for what she did. But she has not been arrested. She's not been accused of anything. So what you're actually doing is you're implicating now Nicole Kessinger. But the thing is, you think by not using her real name, by calling her NK or the horse with no name or whatever it is you call her now, you can still get done for defamation of character because you are describing somebody to the point, and obviously we all know who you're talking about, so you're not saying her name is not going to get you out of trouble. When the end comes, and again, it's coming, these things will come forth, and I really do hope that, you know, Nicole Kessinger is watching you, because you're so vain, you think everybody's watching you, don't you? Everybody's watching Armchair Detective, because you're so famous, for the wrong reasons. You know, Nicole Kessinger doesn't deserve what you're doing to her. And you shouldn't have the right to do it. You don't have the right. Who do you think you are, Alan? Who do you think you are, inserting yourself into this, you know, horrible crime? You're hurting the Rzuceks. And when people, you know, whatever you do, you keep saying that, oh, I'm not the only one making videos, you know. Obviously your videos are different to everybody else's because they're screwed up, fucked up and everything basically. You know, you're hurting people. So even if you weren't doing anything and you were really good and you were amazing, if someone says to you, please stop, you should stop. Just stop. If you're being asked to stop, whatever reason, they may not like your haircut. They may not like your stupid cap. They may have an opinion on the fact that, you know, you're using your dog and it's whatever reason. You need to stop. Because pushing people's boundaries for money is sick, sick, sick. You're a sick man, Armchair Detective. I will get trolled for this video. I'll get thumbed down. I don't care. See, those people that don't see it, it doesn't mean it's not there. Just because you don't see what you're doing, just because people don't see, you've got your Daniel Bishops, your Save Robbies, your everybody else is out there who's supporting you. There's a reason why they don't see what you're doing. And there's many, many reasons. They're not very good ones. As again, beginning, you know, birds of a feather flock together. There's a reason why they don't see what you're doing. There's bias. There's the fact that they just don't see it because they're stupid, or they're codependent, or they've got some kind of personality disorder themselves. They're the main reasons, or they're toxic, or they just want to get famous and they're using you and using your back to get famous, Armchair Detective. So you know when this is all over, you know what's going to happen? People are going to scatter and you'll be left alone.
MI5 agent, special agent. That's my only, you know, I know I'm not an Armchair Detective, but I was an agent for MI5. Really, I was. True. I said I was former MI5. I said I was former. It was a joke. Armchair Detective, but I was an agent for MI5. Really, I was. True. MFI is a furniture company. They can't take a joke. They're saying I was former MI5. I've never been in MI5. Actually, I did work for MI5 as an operative and an agent sometime in the past. MI5, really, it wasn't true. It wasn't true. Yeah, MI5.
This is an entertainment channel. I'm a comedian. I'm an agent. Oh no, I mean MFI agent. I used to sell furniture for FBI, you see? MI5, FBI. MFI was the joke. Shop. Oh, I made a play on a joke that I am an agent for
Okay, this needs to stop
MFI.
now.
I changed it to, I could change it to FBI, or I could change it to MI5. I used to be an agent for MI5. I mean FBI. I mean MFI. It's a joke.
Just stop this.
Please, America. Don't keep telling me I'm pretending to be MI5. I'm not. It was a joke. I was an MI5 agent, special agent. That's my only, I know I'm not an Armchair detective, but I was an agent for MI5. Really, it was true. Taken out of context. I'm sorry for the confusion. I know a lot of people in America think I said it. AI or anything you like, but it was actually MFI.
MFI, FBI. When you first started your channel, Alan, you thought you could get away with just pretending that you used to work for the MFI, but you see, you're lying on a big scale. The trouble is, when you lie, you've lied throughout your life, but you've probably lied to smaller audiences where, you know, there's not a lot of people. You've got an average small amount of people, the average, you know, critical thinkers, the average clever people, the average people who've been through this shit before that see it like, you know, a radar. You haven't had that lot in your group. But now, because you're actually projecting your shit show out to the world, you've got a lot more people kind of looking at you. And so obviously what you've had to do is, as you've gone along and realised that your lies have been sort of pointed out, you've had to then create narratives to stop them. So what, one minute you were working for the MFI, MI5, and then you changed it because you were caught out. So you just decided to make it out that you were working for the MFI. You even got confused yourself. I'm showing you the clips here. At one point, I'm sure you said you were working for IKEA. Do you know, these are lies. These are lies. At one point, you even said that people were writing to the Queen about you.
So I said I was in MI5, and they wrote to the Queen and that. They wrote to Parliament about me. They started a petition about me. So funny. Sorry.
Delusional. People don't write to the Queen because there's some idiot pretending to be an MFI. You know, your lies are even delusional. Even your lies, Alan, are way up there in the fantasy world. You know, the Queen does not give a shit whether you work for the MFI, the FBI, IKEA, whatever. So that was hilarious. But you do have a lot of people looking at you now, Alan, and that's the thing. We are analysing. We actually do more research about things that you do than what you do. We actually got more metadata on the shit that you're showing in your circus than you have got. You know, I think I'm going to show a photograph soon of the dunes. Well, the dunes picture is somewhere else. It's a completely different place, you know, in America. And these photographs, I'm speechless.
I was waiting for Tammy to turn up from the FBI. Hello, Tammy. Hello, Tammy. Hello, the governor of the prison. Hello, Colorado Bureau of Investigation. Nice you to join me. Armchair detective. There is no Tammy Lee working with me, I promise you. And she would not come on here. Somebody was pretending to be Tammy Lee in chat. And I said jokingly, oh, I see Tammy Lee's in chat here tonight. I was waiting for Tammy to turn up from the FBI. It's not the real Tammy Lee. Someone made it up, like they make up all loads of other names. And I made a joke of it. It's good to see Tammy Lee here. I know that. I wasn't trying to project that Tammy Lee supports me.
Can you smell that? What is that? Sheep, is it? It's cows? No, I know what it is. It's bullshit.
I love Patreon. If you can join us on Patreon later tonight, I can give you some stuff about Chris that I can't say on here because it's too toxic. If you're a patron, please join us there. If you're not, you need to join. It's only £5 a month, $5 a month.
True supporters that support me properly and pay.
I get a penny at YouTube. $5 a
I don't
month.
get paid a penny. I've just done an hour and a half on there for nothing.
$5 a month. That says PayPal support AD. Do you want to sponsor tonight's show? If you do, I will give you a mention. With Christmas coming, $5 a month. Oh, anyway, I'm not going to beg for money. $5 a month. If you particularly can't raise $5 a month, $5 a month. I'm not really sure that's true because you can buy a cup of coffee, buy a packet of cigarettes. You can buy, instead of buying that pack of cigarettes, then tune into me for a month. There's $1 a week. I don't really get the argument if you can't afford it. Unless you want to help and support this channel, because I have to have money to live, like everybody does. I haven't got the facility to work 7 days a week, 10 hours a day on this channel without support. I haven't got the facilities to do it. I haven't got the wherewithal to do it.
If you're privileged and you have a job in a hospital as a nurse or something,
And you come home and you work a few hours online,
you have the privilege not to be paid. I have to be paid.
You know, you're well off and you've got spare time and you can do it for nothing. I can. I have to be paid. And I've told you that. I'm quite open about that.
True supporters that support me properly and pay.
It means I can get electric's dear here. Rates is expensive here. Petrol's expensive here. Food's expensive here. Drinks expensive here.
No sponsors tonight, mate. You're going to have rations tomorrow because nobody's sponsoring it.
If you want to continue this discussion, you need to join Patreon. Yes, it's $5 a month. So what?
I also want to say something about this e-begging that you do. You know, you are making a fortune of Patreon. But this is what narcissists do. You've got Patreon and you've got YouTube. Now, obviously, YouTube have taken your monetization down because of your hate speech. Now, a lot of people don't know that because you're saying that the trolls have done it and all this stuff. But no, that's the reason why. So what you do is you start to play the victim of YouTube. Oh, I don't get paid for YouTube. I put all this work into YouTube. I've done so much this, that, the other for you. I don't get any money. Please help me. Winston can't get fed. We're skint. Oh, look at our Christmas decorations. You're not making people aware of your Patreon side, which is you're making 10,000 plus a month, because obviously, you know, if you work it out, you're making so much, you're making thousands. But when people contact you and say, oh, I want to take myself off my cancer medicine so I can give you some money, you know, you should write back and say, don't. Obviously, I hope you did. When someone writes in and says, oh, you know, I want to give you all my wages for the week, you should say at that point, really don't worry, Patreon's okay, you know, I'm surviving from Patreon, but you keep completely zipped up about Patreon, about how much money you make from Patreon. You never mention that. You never mention, you just beg, and you use the fact that YouTube have demonetized you to beg. That is how you beg. And people watching this now, Alan is making a fortune from Patreon, because you think about the amount of people that he's got, the amount of people that pay $10, $20, $50, pounds, whatever it is, a month. He's raking it in as well as the PayPal. So please, people watching, just think, you might want to pay your money, that's absolutely fine. But the fact is, the reason that we are making videos for those people that are conned, those people that don't understand, those people are more vulnerable, the people that don't look in, don't research, or just take face value. They're looking at Armchair Detective, this middle-aged old man sitting in a grey, dreary old flat saying, I can't feed my dog, help me. They may have just appeared on the channel and thought, oh, bless, I'll pay him, or I'll give him some donations. No, don't. He's got 3 years worth of money behind him. He's also gambling it away. He's just gambling it away. The more money he gets, the more he gambles, the more he needs, because he gambles and loses. Then he's got to come back and make some more money, which is why he begs. So please, guys, do not. If you want to pay him, pay him. You know, we're not telling you not to. We're just warning the people that are vulnerable, that don't understand what's going on, that he is begging, and he has lots of money, guys. He doesn't need to beg. He's just greedy.
You won't see me criticise any channels on here. I don't talk nasty things about any other creators. I don't believe in it, and I don't do it. I've got some integrity, you know. You don't have integrity if you talk about other creators.
That Scott bloke is a lawyer, right? Scott Rach. He doesn't like me. I think it's because I got subs. He's a bloke he's got an aeroplane, but he asked for super chat. On the docket today, and he goes off on this stuff about docket. Him on the docket talking like that. He talks boring. Oh boy, no personality, devoid, and it's all wrong. But he did get Cadell to come on. It wouldn't be up her bum like Scott was, or up her whatever like Crystal K is. I just ask a question. Do you know what? She goes on Critical K channel, which is like she's an ambassador of the year. No wonder I've got 43,000 supporters. Everywhere else you go, they're nuts. So,
Well, that 441 guy is watching him half the time. He's drunk. He gets absolutely paralytic on live in the morning. Hey, have a drink, man. 411, I'm paralytic. You want a beer? And he goes on, and he doesn't even know the camera's still on. What are you doing, 411? You come across as this self-righteous bloke. There's nothing wrong. And
I like other channels that have to bash me because they're not good enough to get their own viewers. You think they're going to give you stuff? Oh, that's stupid. You stupid. Other channels that only believe the Discovery Files are the facts. I am the most trusted.
Hello and welcome to True Crime Rocket Science, the most authentic voice in true crime.
I am the most trusted. Load of bollocks to say. It's so stupid, this other channel. Going, I'm the true everything. Oh, everything I say is correct. I don't make films about other creators. I'm not that jealous. I'm not that jealous. No, that is embarrassing. I laugh at you. I need to make films about other creators. The most trusted person on the internet. God almighty. And it's boring. They're damn boring. What's their viewing figures when they don't cover the Watts case? Right then, look at that. I got 5,000 views for the Watts case. I think I'll talk about another case. Oh, 500 views. See, you've got no real support. All you've got is the Watts case. And you even get better figures when you bash AD, don't you? That's how pathetic the channels are that only have me to bash. And I'm just a presenter, an entertainer. And supporters, 62,000 of them. How many have you got? Either I entertain you or I don't.
You can watch me and couldn't care less about the watch case because you are entertained by me. You're entertained by my passion, my emotion. I might cry, I might laugh, I might shout, I might swear. You don't know what I'm going to do. Do you know what that is? Personality. Hiding behind something on the screen going, I'm the most authentic crime in voice. I'm the most authentic voice in crime. I'm the most authentic, boring person that nobody wants to watch unless I talk about the watch. Or AD. And if I had 20,000 fans and I had to talk about another creator and name them and make films about them and debunk them, I'd be ashamed of myself.
I was coming up before.
I was coming up before.
Hi, Crystal's relationship to Patrick. The last activity on Kelsey's 11/25/18 at 5:13 p.m. located at 2037 South 1800 East Fitting, Idaho. The number that was listed, the phone number belonged to Crystal. Lee claims to have known Patrick for over 12 years. When the last
Dr. Phil has given you, the army of armchair detectives, the green light.
Armchair detectives who passionately followed this story, who just were not satisfied with that explanation, and they never said it. But it appeared to people following the case closely that the police weren't exactly satisfied with that explanation.
I've got the green light from Dr. Phil. I've got the green light from the people I really care about, the family. And I thank Dr. Phil for saying the army of armchair detectives. I know what he's doing. They can't credit me. The FBI can't credit me. Rourke can't credit me. Dr. Phil can't credit me. But I understand. I understand. Dr. Phil said, armchair detectives, YouTube theorists. Got it. He's seen me. I guarantee you, he's seen this program. And if you are watching Dr. Phil, about time you invite me on your program. Because you have to accept now that we're more important than mainstream media. I could get you more views than some boring guests. So get yourself sorted out. Well, I'm quite happy. I am quite happy with it. For now, I can tell you this. Armchair Detective is credible now. You are an army of armchair detectives, in the words of Dr. Phil. I get what he's saying. I don't think Dr. Phil will come on my channel, but we might ask him.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. May God have mercy on your soul.
So guys, I'm going to just leave it there now. I think I've said everything. You can always read between the lines. I just wanted to do these videos because there is people out there that don't understand. There's people out there that are just joining the community, that think that, you know, Alan's just this 60-odd-year-old guy sitting in a lonely flat with a dog and he's begging for food and he can't live. Now, he does. He obviously has Patreon. He thrives off Patreon. But a lot of people are offering their wages, offering, you know, to give up their cancer care, to give him money. And that's not right because, you know, he's manipulating people's minds. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need it. He's got it. And he does it, he gets it to gamble. He gambles his money away. So there's a lot of people, again, you know, for people, why people want to get into touch with a murderer is just beyond me. Blair, you know, you're playing with hot water. You're getting involved with Armchair Detective so you could get yourself burnt. But thinking about it, you're actually emailing a murderer in prison. So you obviously like the drama. That's probably who you are. So I just want to say that those that I just want to say that, you know, to the Rzuceks, I'm so sorry that all this has happened and that he is just carrying on completely blatantly ignoring the pleas to stop. He doesn't understand, or he probably does, but he just carries on. There will be an end to this, guys. There will be an end, and when the end comes, all the truth will come out. I always believe in that. So thanks again to everybody watching. I don't know if I'm going to make another video. I don't see the point of keep on making them. I think once you've made 1 or 2, 3 or 4 even, you know, if you've said your piece, you've said your piece. Unless I've got an opinion on something else that Alan does, I'm going to leave it here for a while because it is exhausting me. It's sapping out my energies. It's taking away, you know, my vibe and my creativity, and it's making me feel a little bit, you know, melancholy. Is that the right word? Yeah, it does. It drains you watching someone like Alan hurt people, and you're trying to help those that have been hurt. It does take something away. So hopefully when I get that back, it doesn't help with COVID and everything that's going on in the world and having, you know, but anyway, I'm not going to dwell. Guys, just thank you so much for watching. Please be careful. I hope that we're all the channels are doing to try and help people understand who he is and that he isn't a nice person and he is scamming. And, you know, those people, the Daniel Bishops and the Robbie Save Robbies and all that business, you know, if they don't want to believe and they want to, I just wonder what's going through their heads, and I just think, well, there's something going on there if they're not going to see it. So guys, take care. Love you all. Bye.